Welcome to the Daily English Learning Podcast.
Hello to all our dedicated listeners tuning in from every corner of the globe. Welcome back to another practical and engaging episode of the Daily English Learning Podcast. I am your host, Olivia, and I am absolutely delighted to be sitting here once again with my wonderful co-host and conversation partner, Martin.
Hello, everyone, and a huge thank you for inviting us into your ears today for another session of learning and laughter. I am feeling particularly excited about today's episode because we are going back to basics, but with a very interesting twist that I think everyone will find incredibly useful.
That is absolutely right, Martin, because today we are going to talk about the art of introduction. We all know how to say, "Hello, my name is," but introducing yourself in real life is actually much more complicated than just stating your name.
Exactly, because the way you introduce yourself to a potential employer in a job interview is completely different from the way you introduce yourself to a stranger at a relaxed house party. The vocabulary, the tone of voice, and even the body language need to change depending on the situation.
So, in this episode, instead of just talking about introductions, Martin and I are going to perform several role plays. We will act out different scenarios to show you exactly how to adapt your introduction to the environment.
This is going to be a lot of fun because I love acting, even though I am not very good at it. Just a quick technical reminder for our listeners. To ensure that the audio is clear and easy to follow, we will continue to speak in full, complete sentences throughout the dialogue.
So, let's not wait any longer. Let's step onto the stage and master the art of the first impression.
All right, Olivia, let's start with the most common and perhaps the most fun scenario, the casual party. Imagine we are at a friend's birthday party. There is loud music playing, people are holding drinks, and we have never met before.
Okay, I have the scene in my mind. In this situation, the goal is to be friendly, relaxed, and open. We don't need to give our full professional history. We just need to break the ice. Are you ready to start the simulation?
I am ready. I will approach you while holding a pretend cup of soda. Action. Hi there. I don't think we have met before, but I saw you talking to Sarah earlier. I'm Martin, by the way.
Oh, hi, Martin. It is nice to meet you. I'm Olivia. Yes, Sarah and I actually went to university together, so we have been friends for years. How do you know the birthday girl?
That is a funny story, actually. We work at the same marketing company, but we mostly bonded because we both complain about the coffee machine in the office. It is a pleasure to meet you, Olivia. Are you enjoying the party so far?
Ideally, I would say yes. But to be honest, I don't know many people here apart from Sarah, so I am very happy that you came over to say hello. It can be a little bit awkward standing alone at a party, can't it?
I know exactly what you mean. Entering a room full of strangers is always a bit intimidating, but at least the music is good and the snacks are delicious, so we have that going for us.
Cut! That was excellent, Martin. I noticed a few important things there. First of all, you didn't just say your name. You immediately established a connection by mentioning our mutual friend, Sarah.
Yes, mentioning a mutual connection is the easiest way to build trust quickly. Also, notice that our language was very informal. I used phrases like, "Hi there," instead of "good evening," and I kept the conversation light and positive.
And you asked an open-ended question. How do you know, Sarah? Which forced me to give a longer answer than just yes or no. That is the secret to keeping a conversation flowing in a casual setting.
Now, let's completely change the atmosphere. We are no longer at a fun party. We are now at a serious professional networking event. We are wearing suits, holding business cards, and our goal is to make professional connections.
Okay, so the tone here needs to be more polite, concise, and focused on our careers. We shouldn't make jokes about coffee machines immediately. We need to sound competent and confident.
Exactly. I will be standing near the buffet table looking very professional. You can approach me this time. Action.
Excuse me, good evening. I hope I am not interrupting your thoughts, but I noticed your name tag says you work for Tech Solutions. My name is Olivia Bennett, and I am a software developer specializing in mobile applications.
Good evening, Olivia. It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Martin Lewis. I am actually the project manager at Tech Solutions. I have heard great things about the mobile app market recently. What brings you to this conference today?
It is wonderful to meet you, Martin. I am mostly here to learn about the latest trends in artificial intelligence. And of course, to expand my professional network. I am currently looking for new opportunities to collaborate on innovative projects.
That is very interesting because my company is actually looking to expand our mobile development team next quarter. Perhaps we could exchange business cards. I would love to hear more about your experience with AI integration.
I would be absolutely delighted to share my contact details with you. Here is my card. I will definitely follow up with you on LinkedIn tomorrow morning so we can continue this conversation.
Cut. Wow, Olivia. You sounded very professional and impressive. I almost wanted to hire you right there on the spot.
Thank you. Did you notice how the vocabulary changed? Instead of hi, I said good evening. Instead of I act for, I said I specialize in.
Yes, and you were very clear about who you are and what you do. In a professional setting, people appreciate clarity. You effectively gave me your elevator pitch, a short summary of your professional value in 30 seconds or less.
Exactly. And asking for a business card or mentioning LinkedIn signals that this is a business relationship, not a personal one. It sets clear boundaries and expectations.
Let's try a third scenario. This one is very common but often overlooked, the new neighbor. Imagine I have just moved into the apartment next door to you, and we meet in the hallway while I am carrying a heavy box.
This is a tricky one because you want to be friendly and welcoming. But you also don't want to be intrusive. You have to live next to this person for a long time. So making a good first impression is crucial.
Agreed. I will be struggling with a box of books. You are coming out of your apartment. Action.
Oh, hello. It looks like you have your hands full there. Would you like me to hold the door open for you?
Oh, hello. Thank you so much. That would be incredibly helpful. These boxes are heavier than I expected. I just moved into apartment 4B today.
Welcome to the building. My name is Olivia, and I live right here in 4A, so we are going to be neighbors. If you need any help finding the trash room or the laundry area, just let me know.
It is really nice to meet you, Olivia. I'm Martin, and thank you for the offer. I might actually knock on your door later to ask about the laundry situation because I am a bit confused. I hope I am not making too much noise with the moving process.
Not at all, Martin. I haven't heard a thing. Moving is always stressful, so take your time. I usually make a big pot of coffee on Saturday mornings, so feel free to stop by if you need a caffeine break.
That is very kind of you. I appreciate the warm welcome. It makes moving to a new city feel much less lonely. Cut. That was very sweet. This scenario was all about helpfulness.
Yes. Introducing yourself to a neighbor is less about here is who I am, and more about here is how I can help you. By offering to hold the door or explaining the laundry, I established myself as a good neighbor immediately.
And by saying, I live in 4A, you gave me context. It creates a sense of community and safety. It was casual but respectful of privacy.
We have to do a modern one, Martin. Let's do the online video call introduction. Imagine we are joining a Zoom meeting with a new team for the first time. We are sitting at our computers, looking at a webcam.
This is important because body language is limited on camera. You have to rely more on your voice and your face. Also, there are usually technical issues to deal with.
Okay, let's imagine the meeting host has just said, Olivia, why don't you introduce yourself to the team? Action! Hi everyone! Can you all hear me okay? Great. My name is Olivia, and I am joining the team from the London office. I am taking over the role of digital marketing lead starting this week.
Hi, Olivia. Welcome aboard. I'm Martin, based in the New York office. The audio is coming through perfectly clearly.
Thanks, Martin. Just a little bit about me. I have been working in marketing for about 5 years, and before joining this company, I worked in the fashion industry. I am really looking forward to collaborating with all of you on the new campaign. I am a big fan of the work you did last quarter.
That is great to hear, Olivia. We are very excited to have your expertise on the team. I usually handle the graphic design side of things, so we will probably be working closely together. Cut. That felt very real. The classic "Can you hear me?" check is almost a mandatory part of any online introduction now.
It really is. And notice that I kept it short. On video calls, people have short attention spans. I said my name, my location, London, my role. And one nice thing about the team.
Mentioning your location is key in remote work because it helps people understand time zones. If I know you are in London and I am in New York, I will not schedule a meeting at 6 p.m. my time because you will be asleep.
Martin, we have covered the main scenarios, but we should briefly talk about cultural differences. In the UK or USA, introductions are usually quite brief, but in other cultures, they can be different.
That is true. In some cultures, it is very important to mention your university degree, your age, or your family background during an introduction to establish your social status. In English-speaking cultures, asking about age or money in the first conversation is often considered rude.
Exactly. We tend to focus on what do you do, meaning your job, and where are you from, asking, are you married? Or how old are you? To a stranger in London or New York might make them feel uncomfortable.
Also, the physical aspect varies. In a professional setting, a firm handshake is the standard, but in a casual setting, especially post-pandemic, a wave or a smile is often enough. We generally don't kiss on the cheek unless we know the person very well, unlike in some European countries.
Yes. Trying to kiss a British person on the cheek when you first meet them might cause them to panic and run away. It is safer to stick to a handshake or a friendly nod.
Before we finish, let's list a few common mistakes people make when introducing themselves in English. What is the biggest error you hear, Olivia?
The biggest mistake is definitely speaking too quietly or not pronouncing your name clearly. Your name is the most important word in the sentence. If you say, "Hi, I'm," and then you lower your voice so nobody can hear you, the other person feels awkward because they didn't catch your name.
So, the tip is, speak your name clearly and slightly slower than the rest of the sentence. Hi, I'm Martin.
Another mistake is not listening to the other person's name. We are often so nervous about our own introduction that we forget to listen to the reply. Then, 10 seconds later, we realize we don't know who we are talking to.
Guilty as charged. I have done that many times. A good trick is to repeat their name immediately. If you say, I'm Olivia, I should reply, nice to meet you, Olivia. This helps lock the name in my memory.
That is a fantastic tip. And finally, don't talk for too long. An introduction is a tennis match. You hit the ball, then you wait for them to hit it back. Don't give a 5-minute monologue about your life story before they have even said hello.
We have acted out so many scenes today. I feel like we deserve an Oscar award. But before we go to the red carpet, let's explain some of the key vocabulary we used in our role plays.
I will start with the phrase, break the ice. To break the ice means to do or say something to relieve tension and get the conversation started when people meet for the first time. A joke is a good way to break the ice.
My first choice is mutual friend. A mutual friend is a person who is a friend to both people in the conversation. If I know Sarah and you know Sarah, she is our mutual friend.
Next, we have elevator pitch. This is a business term. It is a very short description of an idea, product, or company that explains the concept in a way such that any listener can understand it in a short period of time, like a ride in an elevator.
I use the word intimidating. If a situation is intimidating, it makes you feel frightened, nervous, or lacking confidence. Walking into a room of strangers can be intimidating.
Then there is intrusive. Being intrusive means causing disruption or annoyance through being unwelcome. Asking personal questions too early can be intrusive.
We also mentioned small talk. Small talk is polite conversation about unimportant or uncontroversial matters, like the weather or the coffee, used to fill silence and make people feel comfortable.
And finally, welcome aboard. This is a phrase used to welcome a new employee to a company or team. It comes from welcoming someone onto a ship.
Those are essential phrases for mastering the art of introduction. We hope these role plays gave you the confidence to introduce yourself in any situation.
Remember, the most important thing is to smile and be yourself. People will remember how you made them feel more than exactly what words you said.
Thank you for listening to our performance today. Go out there and meet some new people.
See you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Goodbye.